welcome once again. This is the 48th season of Varsity Quiz. The best and the brightest high school students, well, they're matching wits in a unique academic competition. Tonight is the third quarterfinal match of our competitive divisions. Tonight, Clark is taking on the Las Vegas Academy. The only undefeated competitive team, Clark, finished first in the West Division. LVA finished in fourth place in the East Division to make it here today. One more reminder, students, when you're called on after you've buzzed in, we need to hear you loud and clear. The microphones pick you up for television, but the judges in our studio really need to hear you. Well, let's meet our players, starting with Clark, 9th grader, Ishan Vakil. Hi, Ishan.
Hi.
Glad to have you here. Here's 11th grader, Noah Cahill. Hi, Noah.
Hey, Nate.
Glad to have you here. Senior, Lyle Carrera. Hey, Lyle.
Nate.
Thanks for being with us here. And 9th grader, Alex Bean. Hey, Alex.
Hello, Nate.
Those are the men from Clark. And let's meet our players from the Las Vegas Academy, starting with 11th grader, Elliot Rydell. Hi, Elliot.
Hey there.
Glad to have you here. Here is 10th grader, Zach McCrary. Hey, Zach.
Hello.
Nice to have you. A senior, Holly Piper. Hi, Holly.
Howdy.
And 11th grader, Casey Johnson. Hey, Casey.
Hello.
Well, we're going to get to know more about these sharp young men and women at the end of our first round, but for right now, let's get right into Varsity Quiz. Your first question: while a regime of 3 people is a triumvirate, a regime of 4 people is a quadrumvirate, what is a regime of 2 people called? And that is Clark. Ishan?
Duumvirate?
That is correct, yes. In 1972, what Egyptian president switched his nation's Cold War allegiance from the Soviet Union? And that will be Clark. Noah?
Sadat.
Yes. The largest and bloodiest engagement of World War I for the American Expeditionary Forces occurred in the fall of 1918 at what battle named for a French forest? And that'll be LVA. Elliot?
The Somme.
That's incorrect. Clark. Noah?
The Ardennes.
That is incorrect. We're looking for the Battle of the Argonne. And next question. According to Heisenberg's uncertainty principle, it is impossible to specify exactly at the same time both the momentum and what other property? Clark. Noah?
Position.
Yes. In a dramatic presentation, on-stage fight scenes are organized by a fight director. Well, that person practices what art? And that'll be LVA. Elliot?
Choreography.
Yes, choreography. Next question. What kind of government policy uses a collection of national and state laws to prevent a single business from gaining monopoly control over a sector? Clark. Noah?
Antitrust laws.
Yes. When he returned from his 24-year journey to Asia, Marco Polo found that Venice was at war with what other? And that'll be LVA. Elliot?
Genoa.
Yes. The main difference between raw sugar and refined white sugar is the presence of what in the former? And that is LVA. Holly?
Pigment?
No. Clark. Lyle?
The color brown.
No, it is molasses. Next question. Who became president as a direct result of a tragic event that occurred at the 1901 Pan American Exposition? Clark. Noah?
Roosevelt.
Which one?
Theodore Roosevelt.
Yes. If you are atop a building in the Middle Eastern city of Muscat, looking out to sea, what gulf is in front of you? LVA. Elliot?
The Persian Gulf.
No. Clark. Ishan?
The Gulf of Aden?
No, it is the Gulf of Oman. Next question is a math question. Factor this trinomial: x squared y squared minus 5x, the quantity y squared, minus 24, the quantity y squared. Repeating, factor the trinomial x squared y squared minus 5x, the quantity y squared, minus 24, the quantity y squared. And that'll be LVA. Zach?
Y squared times the quantity x minus 12 times the quantity x plus 2.
That is incorrect. Clark. Noah?
XY minus 8 times XY plus 3.
I believe that is incorrect. We'll have the judges check that over. They're going to do some computing themselves on your answer there, Noah, so we'll think about that for a second. That's not the way I have the answer expressed here, but they're going to see if that matches. And I can't think like that in my head, so they're doing it for us. We'll call it incorrect for now, and while they check on it, we may call it correct later. But for now, it is incorrect, and we move on to our next question. Homographs can be pronounced the same way. That would make them homonyms. Or they may be pronounced differently, making them, and that is Clark, Lyle?
Homophones?
No? We're looking for heteronyms. Next question. The intra-coastal waterway flows through which state that also includes Santee Coastal Reserve and Myrtle Beach? Clark, Noah?
South Carolina.
Yes. Name the kind of enormous diffuse mass of interstellar gas and dust from which, Clark, Alex?
Nebula?
Yes. The value of Idaho potatoes dropped from $1.15 per bushel in 1919 to 10 cents in 1932. Name the period of worldwide economic, Clark, Ishan?
The Great Depression?
Yes. What term, borrowed from the German language, indicates two characters who have an uncanny resemblance to one another? Clark, Lyle?
Doppelgangers?
Yes. What member of the conspiracy that assassinated Julius Caesar was described in the Shakespearean play as having, quote, a lean and hungry look? Clark, Lyle?
Brutus?
No. LVA, Elliott?
Cassius?
Yes. What feature on a smartphone must compensate for the effects of both general and special relativity? That is Clark. Alex?
GPS?
Yes. The three holy mountains of Japan include Mount Tate, Mount Haku or Heiku, and LVA, Elliott?
Mount Fuji?
I believe that's incorrect. Yeah, we need more.
Fujisan?
No? Clark, Ishan?
Fujimori?
No, it's Mount Fujiyama. Next question. Pliny the Elder attributed the ancient ritual of oak and mistletoe to what order of ancient Celtic people in Gaul? And that is LVA, Elliott?
Druids?
Yes. The difference between the atomic number and the atomic mass of an element tells you how many of what subatomic, and that is Clark. Alex?
Neutrons?
Yes. Next is a math question. P varies directly as R, and P equals 1.2 when R equals 7.2. What is the constant of the variation? Clark, Alex?
6.
Yes. What term applies to any political party that is not one of the two, Clark, Lyle?
A third party?
Yes. Ancient Phoenicians, Greeks, and Romans had what kind of vessels characterized, and that is LVA, Elliott?
Galleys?
No, characterized by one, Clark, Ishan?
Triremes?
Yes. While investigating the murder of 14 people in San Bernardino, California in 2015, the FBI pressured what technology company? Clark, Lyle?
Apple Inc.
That is correct. That's the end of round one. So let's get to know a little bit more about our players, starting with Ishan Vakil, a ninth grader from Clark. Ishan, you having fun so far?
Yeah.
Okay, you're not sure, but okay. I understand that you play a sport that not a lot of folks play here. Do you know what that, tell us what that is?
I play squash, which is sort of like racquetball, except it's harder because the balls are smaller and it's much harder, and it's less bouncy. So it's
Okay.
harder to play.
Well, I hope you're having fun with that, and we hope you continue to have fun here at Varsity Quiz. Thanks, Ishan.
Thank you.
11th grader Noah Cahill. Noah, I understand that you have hosted a show on the radio?
Yes, it's 7:90 a.m. I hosted the Wayne Allen Root Show. Had the pleasure. It was fun for 3 hours. Me and my dad and my dad's friend. So
So Wayne couldn't make it that day?
no, I'm pretty sure you're familiar with him. You were on 840 KXNT. I mean,
Yes, it's not about me, though. No, it's
I
about
know,
you.
I know,
So I hope
but-
you had fun, and we hope you continue to have fun
right.
here on the Varsity Quiz. Thanks, Noah. Senior Lyle Carrera. Hey, Lyle.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm mostly sunny, but you knew that. Tell me what's involved in attending Nevada Boys State as a state senator.
Well, so essentially, Nevada Boy State is just a political camp for rising seniors. And in that program, you essentially have a mock city, and you govern it from the city to the state level. And I got elected from my city to be one of the senators, and so I debated bills for around 6 hours in the Senate chamber. So that was really fun.
Wow. Okay. Well, I hope you enjoy that, and we hope you enjoy your time here on Varsity Quiz.
Thanks, Nate.
And here is ninth grader Alex Bean. Hi, Alex.
Hi, Nate.
Let's see. You have something as a future aspiration that is something that I don't think I've ever heard anyone else aspire to.
Mathematician?
Well, this one says you might want to own
A cat cafe.
A cat cafe. How does that work exactly, Alex?
Well, so basically, you have a lot of cats, and so you come and and they hang out in the cat cafe, and then customers come in, they pay a fee, and then they hang out with the cats.
Okay. Well, good luck with that. And good luck with the rest of Varsity Quiz. That's the team from Clark High School. And now let's meet our players from LVA. Here's 11th grader Elliot Rydell. Hey, Elliot.
Hey there.
Having fun so far?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okie doke. Now, what country have you visited overseas and stayed there for more than a few days?
Well, last summer I spent a month in India, and I was just staying in monasteries around the northern part of the country, and it was pretty astounding.
That sounds like it would be a potential life changer.
I suppose so. I mean, I have yet to see.
Yeah. Well, keep on traveling, my friend. That was awesome. And good luck with the rest of Varsity Quiz here.
Thank you.
Here is a 10th grader, Zach McCurry. Hey, Zach.
Hi.
I understand that you are already employed. Where do you work?
My aunt and my uncle, no, just my aunt, she owns a law firm, and she operates it down in Summerlin.
Okay.
And what I've been doing is I've just been scanning documents for them.
That's
And
a start, though, right?
It pays minimum wage.
There
I'll
you
take
go.
it.
Well, are you going to maybe be an attorney or no?
Probably not.
Oh, okay. Well, good luck with your employment there, and good luck with the rest of Varsity Quiz. Thank you, Zach. Here's senior Holly Piper. Sorry about that, Holly. You have a hobby in the kitchen. What is your hobby in the kitchen?
I like baking pies.
Do you have a favorite type of pie to bake?
Berry pies.
Any berry?
Yeah, like mixed berry.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll have to try one sometime. So keep up the bacon pies, and good luck here on Varsity Quiz. Thanks, Holly. Here is 11th grader Casey Johnson. Hi, Casey.
Hello.
You having fun so far?
Yes.
I understand you play a musical instrument.
Yes, I play the piano. I've been playing it for about 7 years now, and I enjoy it very much as I do my favorite subject, physics.
Oh, okay. So a physicist and a pianist.
Yes.
Wow, what a combination. Good luck with both of those, and good
Thank
luck
you.
here on Varsity Quiz. Those are our players from the Las Vegas Academy. Well, round 2 of this match will start after a quick review of the Varsity Quiz rules. Our Varsity Quiz match consists of 3 rounds. Each question is worth 5 points. The first round has 25 toss-up questions. The second round, that's the bonus round, and it is timed. The team correctly answering the toss-up question will have the opportunity to then answer a 2-part bonus question worth 10 points. The final round, that's the lightning round. It is also timed. End of the first round, Clark has 75 points to the Las Vegas Academy's 20. Anything can happen in either the second or the third round. Before we begin our second round, we have some new players we'd like you to meet. For Clark, here is a senior, Antoinette Figueroa. Hi, Antoinette.
Hi.
Glad to have you here. And we also have Shreya Kamajala. Hi, Shreya.
Hi.
You are a 10th grader.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, good luck to both of you guys, and good luck to Clark. For the Las Vegas Academy, we have one new player. It is 9th grader Logan Reed. Hi, Logan.
Hello.
Good luck to you and the rest of your team. Let's move right into our bonus round. Clam worms, earthworms, and leeches belong to what phylum? And that is Clark. Lyle?
The annelids?
Yes. Bonus questions now for Clark only. Answer the following concerning animals. First, give the term the translucent, colorless, flavorless food derived from collagen, obtained from various animal raw materials and found in most gummy candies. Second, all fish belong to what phylum?
No. Yeah, it's not a phylum. Hey, you guys are in science, though, not me.
Captain.
For the first, gelatin. For the second, chordata.
Both are correct. You've got bonus points. Now, this question for both teams. Characters who served in what law enforcement organization are central to Larry McMurtry's novel, Lonesome Dove? And that is LVA. Elliot?
The Texas Rangers.
Yes. Bonus questions now for LVA only. Identify each of the following concerning literature. First, name the Greek slave known for his fables. Second,
Aesop.
name the one-legged, revenge-seeking captain in Moby Dick.
This is Captain Ahab.
Ahab, Aesop, and Ahab.
Yeah.
First answer, Aesop. Second answer, Ahab.
Both are correct. You've got bonus points. Now, this question for both teams. Identify the cousin who had Mary, Queen of Scots, beheaded February 8th. And that will be Elliot, LVA.
Bloody Mary.
That is incorrect. February 8th, 1587. Clark, Lyle?
Mary the First.
No, it was Elizabeth I. Next question is for both teams. Joshua trees are native to what large North LVA? Elliot?
Mojave.
Yes. Bonus questions now for LVA only. Answer the following associated with deserts. Name the 2 largest deserts in Australia.
There are 2?
I have no idea.
First
Captain?
answer Outback. Second answer Northern.
Both are incorrect. We're looking for the Great Victoria and the Great Sandy Desert. So no bonus points. And we move on to this question for both teams. It is a physics question. What is the mechanical advantage of a 5-meter ramp in lifting a crate to a height of 0.75 meters? Repeating, what's the mechanical advantage of a 5-meter ramp in lifting a crate to a height of 0.75 meters? Clark, Lyle.
0.15.
Incorrect. LVA, Zach?
2.
No, we were looking for 6.7. Next is a question for both teams. In the fall of 1923, $1 American was worth over 4 trillion of what European currency? That is Clark, Noah.
Mark.
Yes. A bonus question for Clark only. Answer the following associated with economics. First, the Consumer Price Index is used to measure what economic factor? Second, what is the term for a decrease in the value of a capital asset?
Milton Friedman.
Neither am I. Purchasing.
Captain.
For the first, purchasing, and for the second, no answer.
Both are incorrect. We're looking for inflation for the first and depreciation for the second, so no bonus points. This question now for both teams. What small but influential newspaper was later renamed Frederick Douglass's paper? Clark, Noah.
North Star.
Yes. Bonus questions now for Clark only. Answer the following associated with U.S. history. First, what conflict interrupted Cyrus Field's plans for laying a second transatlantic cable? Second, in the Gettysburg Address, Lincoln states that this nation shall have a new birth of what?
Freedom and the transatlantic cable.
Pick one of the
It was. It wasn't. Maybe.
Captain.
For the first, World War II. For the second, freedom.
Freedom is correct. The first was Civil War, so some bonus points. And this question now for both teams. A Home in the Meadow, a song in the movie How the West Was Won, is set to the tune of a traditional English folk song entitled Greensleeves. The lyrics of what Christmas carol are set, and that is Clark, Noah?
Oh, Holy Night.
No, they're set to that same tune. LVA, Elliot?
Deck the halls.
No, it's What Child Is This? Next question for both teams. On January the 18th of 1983, the IOC restored which athlete's Olympic medals 70 years after they were taken from him for being paid $25 in a semi-pro baseball game? He was the first Native American, and that is Clark. Noah?
Jim Thorpe.
That is correct, and these bonus questions are for Clark only. Answer the following associated with the year 1983. The Secan or Secan Tunnel, the world's longest underwater tunnel, opened in what country? Second, President Ronald Reagan introduced the Strategic Defense Initiative, also known by what nickname?
Star Wars Initiative, yeah. For the first, Japan. For the second, the Star Wars Initiative.
That is correct. Both are correct, so you got bonus points. Now this question for both teams. Name the mathematically talented actress who, along with composer George Antheil, invented an early technique for spread spectrum communications and frequency hopping used for wireless communication from the pre-computer age to the present day. Clark, Noah.
Hopper.
No. It was Hedy Lamarr. All right. Well, before we move on to our speed round, we want to take a moment to give a shout out to our varsity quiz coaches. Now, we kind of think of the students as the heart and soul of Varsity Quiz, but you know what? The coaches are pretty much the backbone of the program. These are the people that work with our students week after week, putting in a lot of time and effort to make Varsity Quiz the success that it is. Let's meet our coaches. Tonight, for Clark, It's Chuck Bean. For the Las Vegas Academy, Deborah Coley. At the end of our second round, Clark with 120 points to the Las Vegas Academy's 40. This speed round, though, with upwards of 30 questions, can change the outcome. Before we get there, we have all new players for Clark that we'd like to introduce you to. Senior, Angelo Robledo. Hey, Angelo.
Hi, Nate.
Nice to have you here on Varsity Quiz. Senior, Sahan Palaskara.
Hi, Nate.
Sahan, nice to have you here. Cassandra Ho, a senior. Hi, Cassandra. Nice to have you here. And Joseph Rios, a senior. Nice to have you here. Love the bow tie, Joseph.
Thanks.
All right, we have one new player for LVA. Is somebody buzzing in already? Okay, that's a technical issue. New player for the LVA is Anthony Temple. Hi, Anthony.
Hello.
Ninth grader. Welcome aboard. Good luck. So we have both teams. Let's go ahead and get into our speed round. The fame of the Iditarod Trail really began with the 1925 outbreak of what disease? And that is Elliot, LVA?
Influenza.
No, in Nome, Alaska. Clark, Angelo?
Is it tuberculosis?
No, it was diphtheria. What adjective indicates any of the glands of the skin? That's Clark, Joseph.
Epidermal?
No. LVA, Elliot?
Tactile.
No, cutaneous. Next question. What radioactive rare earth element was named after the mythical Greek who stole fire from the gods? That is Clark, Angelo.
Promethium.
Yes. In 212 BC, the Romans captured Syracuse on what Mediterranean island? LVA, Elliot?
Sicily.
Yes. What kind of climate is typical above the tree line? LVA, Elliot?
Windswept.
No? It's alpine. Next question. What is the regional name for a mature tropical cyclone in the western Pacific? And that is LVA, Elliot.
Typhoon.
Yes. What demonstrative adjective begins and ends with the same letter? And that is LVA, Zach.
That.
Yes. Next question. The Delian League was centered on what Aegean island? LVA, Elliot?
Lesbos.
No. Clark, Joseph?
Crete?
No, it was Delos. Next question. Today, what kind of monarchies are found in such countries as Liechtenstein, Luxembourg, Norway, Sweden, and Monaco? LVA, Elliot?
Ceremonial.
No. Clark, Angelo?
Parliamentarian?
No, they are constitutional monarchies. Next question's a math question, but we don't repeat here in the third round. So divide 15x squared y plus 25x times the quantity y squared, divide that all by 5xy. Clark, Cassandra?
3x plus 5y.
That is correct, yes. Next question. The breakdown of dead organic material by detrivores and saprophytes is called what? And that is LVA, Elliot?
Decomposition.
Yes. Name the distinctive culture developed by the Polynesians who first settled New Zealand. LVA, Elliot?
Maori.
Yes. What moon of Saturn was named after the Greek sea nymph who delayed Odysseus on her island? And that is LVA, Elliot?
Europa.
No. On her island of Ogygia for 7 years. Clark, Joseph?
Calypso.
Yes. 300 years of Spanish hegemony over Mexico began in 1519 when what conquistador landed near present day? And that is Clark, Angelo?
Hernan Cortez?
Yes. What southern city located on bluffs overlooking the Mississippi River held out for months during the longest siege of the Civil War? Clark, Joseph?
New Orleans?
No. LVA, Elliot?
Birmingham, Alabama.
No, it was Vicksburg, Mississippi. Next question. What type of cardia is defined as a heartbeat greater than 100 beats per minute? LVA, Zach?
Hypertempo?
No. Clark, Angelo?
Hypercardia?
No, it's tachycardia. Next question. The mechanical advantage of a wedge is the ratio of the length of its slope to its what? Clark, Angelo?
Height?
Yes. Arrest warrants must be based on what kind of cause? LVA, Elliot?
Probable.
Yes. The United States and other countries considered Maximilian's Second Mexican Empire to be a puppet regime of what European country? LVA, Elliott.
France?
Yes. The National Hurricane Center is located in what U.S. state? LVA, Elliott.
Florida?
Yes. Here's a math question, again, no repeating. Gear A with 20 teeth turns gear B with 60 teeth, which turns gear C with 10 teeth. Now, if gear A rotates at 60 RPM, how fast is gear C spinning? Clark, Joseph.
30 RPM?
Incorrect. LVA, Zach?
120 RPM?
Yes. During the era of good feelings, what president was reelected? LVA, Elliott?
Monroe?
Yes. The greatest number of lines of longitude run through what country in Southeast Asia? LVA, Elliott?
Indonesia?
Yes. The two-toed amphiuma and the alpine newt are what kind of amphibians? LVA, Zach? That's a no answer. Clark, Angelo?
Salamander?
Yes. Next question. What property of a wave is directly related to the amount of energy that it transports? Clark, Angelo?
Amplitude.
Yes. What do polled livestock lack? Clark, Joseph?
Free space?
No. LVA, Holly?
Reproductive organs?
No, they lack horns. Next question. Name the Pulitzer Prize-winning author of The Color Purple. Alice Walker. Next question. A bulla, B-U-L-L-A, is a large what? LVA, Zach?
Fish.
No. Clark, Joseph?
Insect.
No, it's a blister. Well, we're out of time. Let's find out who won. And our final score, Clark is the winner, 155 points to the Las Vegas Academy's 95. How about a hand for both teams? And congratulations to Clark. They're advancing to the semifinals. Now, we want you to join us next Monday at 7:30. That's when Coronado will be taking on Palo Verde for the one remaining semifinal position. We hope you'll tune in for another exciting night of Varsity Quiz on Vegas PBS. Good night.